Very good day, everybody. Welcome to another video. I'm your personal funky theme pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and I will be your captain for today's flight. Today's flight will take us from Munich airport in Germany to Zurich airport in Switzerland. We're looking about an en route time of about 40 minutes. It's a fairly short flight. The equipment we're using today is the Avro RJ85. We've been flying the RJ100. I figured let's do the 85, see what that is about. And that's the one that we loaded in. We cannot see passengers right now. Sometime later we'll also include the GSX maybe. But for now it just felt like having this little flight, short city hop of about 45 minutes. We're using real world time, real world weather. And, well, I hooked up the aircraft to external power. And I got some of the map settings done. So I think basically what we need to do is just hop on in. The lights are already pretty much set up, that's pretty good. A little bit less flood lighting. Alright. Oh, I have to reset my camera views. So let's just do that first. Because it's a different aircraft, never flown this one before, so let's do this. And just because we had it on the other flight, I think the previous flight, let's also have a little camera view up here. So we can operate this thing if we want to. And I'm thinking maybe not some other camera views, but oh, we can do that all later, can't we? There's the coffee machine behind this door. There you go. Alright, so let's get this thing going then. So we have the flight plan. Let's go to the FFC. With the RJ85, RX cycle should be correct. Yes. Position in it. So from Echo Delta Delta Mike. And what's our current stand? Looks like 804 Delta. Well, let's give that a shot. 804 Delta. And put that in gate. No, it's not having it. 804 Delta. Come on. No, alright, no worries. Then we get rid of that. We'll just copy the position here. Before I do that, let's set this up as well. Okay, so now we enter the coordinates for the entire airport. Should be fine. Okay, route. So we're going Echo Delta Delta Mike. And we'll be flying to Lima Sierra Zulu Hotel. And flight number of the Lima Hotel 812. Now the flight plan. Out of runway 08 right, we have the MERSI for Echo departure. And then we'll fly via Airway Yankee 100 to MOMUK. So Yankee 100. It is not accepted, invalid entry. Okay. Then we go to MOMUK. There's the clear button. We just double check how to spell it. MOMUK, not MOMUK. We could think we're not all of a sudden flying ourselves to Bangladesh or something. I mean, not that there's anything against Bangladesh, you know. I've never been there, but I don't know. It's just a little out of the way. So, MOMUK, that is in, that's direct. So, what if we enter it now? So, Yankee 100, invalid. Well, that's definitely not the first time that we see when you want to enter a airway in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It simply doesn't seem to recognize it. So after MOMUK, we have Yankee 112. We're going to try that as well. Yankee 112. That is actually recognized perfectly fine. Then we go to RAVED. So, RAVED. L856. So let's activate this here and go to the next page. L856. And that's it. Then we'll have the NEGRA 2 Alpha arrival for runway 14. So departing runway 08 right, MERSI 4 Echo. Let's I think we have to put the yeah, we have to put that there. So that was NEGRA. So we're just going to enter it. So let's first clear this. So NEGRA. There we go. Now we execute. Go to departure arrival, departure, and out of runway 08 right. The MERSI 4 Echo. Execute. And we go back to index. And the arrival runway was ILS 14. And then we had the NEGRA 2 Alpha. 2 Alpha, NEGRA 2 Alpha. NEGRA 2 Alpha. Selected, and execute. So now we should have a full flight plan, flags and everything. Hips. There's after Amiki, there is a route discontinuity, so we'll look at that. It's probably as usual for the final vectoring to the final approach for runway 14. So that's the legs page, so we can now go back to EDDM. I do want to have a look now at the IRS. And let's also turn on the EVIS monitors or display. There you go. So now the aircraft wants to know our gross weight, 0 fuel weight. So we'll go to the ESD, go to aircraft. So we loaded it up with the data from Simri. So the 0 fuel weight is 34.9er. 34.9er. We just copy it in like that. Gives us gross weight 39.4. Gross weight 39.4. Our fuel weight will be 4.5. So we'll take 4.5 with us. And we'll enter it here. Now let's have a look at the other settings in the OFP. So final reserve fuel can be 2.1, 2.2 if you want. cruising altitude 220, and then we have average wind 267 at 021, and then we have minus 05. So flight level 220, 267.021, minus 05, and we have 2.2 on the final reserve fuel. So let's start with the final reserve fuel, 2.2, and we enter that right there. So cruising altitude 220, enter that. Cruising wind 267 at 021. I believe it was minus 015. Let's just double check this one real quick. Minus 5, not minus 015, minus 5. So clear. Minus 05. So we have that, and the transition altitude. Let's look at the departure chart, I guess. Airport is at 14,87 feet. Do we have transition altitude 5,000 feet? We enter that, execute. That's basically the setup for the FMC. So that means we're almost good to go. Our departure, 08 right. See here, Marco. Hello, new Laco Baxa to MERSI. Well, I'll take it. Let's set altitude flight level 220. There you go. Want to turn on both ILS or both nav radios, nav 1 and nav 2. Then let's see. Yeah, so I guess we should just start up the APU now. And then we get everything going from there. So while the APU is booting, let's check the weather. So variable 2 knots, so there's hardly any wind. QNH 1015. Oh, we have that 1015. Let's see. APU power is available. So we turn on APU generator. Let's also turn on the galley. The external power, can be turned off. And it will immediately be dismissed as well. Thank you for supplying us with energy. Let's APU's on. Let's turn on the APU air. And then let's set it up for final preparations for starting the engine. So let's start by turning on the strobe light and also the, or not the strobe light, the seatbelt signs, the beacon light. Brake fan is going to put on auto. And then the anti-skid will go on. Auto spoiler, I think, is already on. The yellow system, green system there with spoilers. Engine pump 2 and 3, DC pump, AC pump, power transfer unit. And then what have we? the generator 1 and 4 can come online as well, although they're not doing anything as of yet. I think that might be basically it. We will need the ice protection system, so we're going to turn that on. Arm the flight deck emergency lights too. And we turn on the start master and we select engine number 4 and we press engine start. So that's time for the fuel. Where is it? I don't think it's working again, so let's stop this immediately. Not sure if these are actually required, but I know that I always have them on. Yeah, I see what's going on. We did not have any fuel pumps running. That's my bad. I think the rest should then be in position. Let's give that engine a little bit of a rest, and we start it up later. So now let's turn on the start master, engine number 3. Start. We got the N2 going. And then now what happens if we introduce fuel? I think it's the same deal. Not really doing a whole lot. Or is it? It's just going a little bit slow. Oh, yeah, it's coming. EGT is already starting to decrease, so that's good. Alright, so let's start up engine number 4 now. Start. So we got the N2s alive, it's almost at 10%, so we can introduce the fuel. It feels a little bit to me like the engines are starting up a little slower than the other, the RJ100. Might be me. I haven't really looked up what the differences actually are. If it's just size or maybe some functions are different as well. Maybe they're just the very same engines, you know, and the systems behind them are also the same, I don't know. Alright, the exhaust gas temperature is lowering as well on that side. Let's go engine number 2. And we start. Put on the weather radar, although that's not going to show us anything. 10% into and fuel. So a quick level look at the runway heading. 08 right. That would be 080. That's perfect. So we set the heading box to 080 just in case. And I think I hear engine number 2 starting to come alive as well on the left side. And we got EGT lowering. And as far as I understood, we can then proceed to the last engine, engine number 1. Start. Looks like the weather radar is doing something. There's definitely some rain going on here. Alright, 10% and 2. Fuel. Let's also trim it a little bit like that, maybe a little bit higher. Just eyeballing it. So while the engine is starting, we have the squawk 3121. And I do have to get the right corner angle here for the transponder, that's all. Engine number 1 still coming. So we're going to do a 18 degree flap takeoff. The rotate speed is 129er, and then V2 will be 136. 136 is now in the box. The engines are running. Engine number 1 is sort of catching up. Sort of looks stuck there at 23.6. Don't know what is up with that. Let's see, because it might have something to do with the power settings up here. I'm not sure. That will be interesting, but then I would expect to run engine number 4 actually as well, to show a little bit less power there. But let's turn off the engine start system. And now we should have generator 1 and 4 alive. But that doesn't seem to make any difference. Alright, but I'm good. It's gonna settle down later. So there's no messages there. So we can arm the auto thrust. 136. The flight directors can go on both sides. We have the altitude armed. For now put it on vertical speed. Although after takeoff we'll probably use level change. And I think that is basically it. The flaps need to go to the 18 degree position. Flaps are traveling. Let's see if we can get a different... well, it's obviously quite dark outside, so we won't see shit. Alright, so never mind that. Let's see, because I used a button on the controller, so the gear is in the down position. Alright, that's good. So we have a takeoff thrust of 94.6% of N1. And I think that really should be it, right? So we have running engines, we're on the transponder. We do not have a auto brake that we can set before takeoff, like a rejected takeover or anything. So let's just check the overhead panel. Now, to see what's going on here, we can turn off the APU air. We can also turn off the APU. Where's the APU? Turn it off. And turn off the APU generator. We do not need that. It's perfectly fine to keep them on. Or to keep the APU running, basically. Fasten seatbelt sign is on. A little more light up here. And I guess that is it. So I say, let's get out of here. So we turn on the taxi lights. And then the runway turn-off lights. The taxi lights in this aircraft is quite interesting. So you have your, basically your landing lights. You put them upwards, it's landing lights. You put them downwards, it's taxi lights. It's quite handy. So here we are. And let's have a look at where we're going. So we're here at the apron 8, and there is a runway 08 right. So we'll just follow, just exit here via Sierra 3, I guess, Romeo, Sierra 3, Sierra, Sierra, Sierra 1, then we get onto the runway, or Bravo 2, whatever we'll say. Just we turn left. Okay. I think we might actually just be able to depart straight out. We do not need a, tug. I don't think we can get through there, right? So we have to get on there, follow the green lines, and then go left. I can quickly double check here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay. Alright, so parking brake released. And I keep forgetting to remove the chocks. There you go. Chocks are removed. Yeah, we're rolling. Aircraft is very comfortable taxiing. A really nice aircraft to taxi, unlike the Airbus A380 or the Boeing 777. They tend to be a lot more sluggish. And even the Phoenix Airbus A320 is, for me, is really seems to be like lagging the whole time. And this one's quite maneuverable. Alright, so we will take a left turn here immediately. See what this looks like, and would I guess take the next one here. Just follow the lights. And again, man, these sounds are amazing. Now let's stop quickly, catch our bearings. So we take a right, let's take the second to the right. So Mike is joining us again today. How are you doing, Mike? Thank you very much for helping me out, especially on a final approach. It tends to be very useful. At least in the form of like verbal reminders of, you know, things I have to set and do, and you know. So that's absolutely appreciated, my dear Mike. Let's get this seat a little bit closer. You know, I tend to do these things while taxiing. This is like asking for trouble. But we're still straight. We are actually, however, going a little fast. So let's slow it down a little bit. We should also have windscreen wipers. And then this is the medium setting. This should also be a higher setting. Which ones were it, these? There, for when shit's really going crazy. And from what I understand, these things in real life are incredibly noisy. Let's see, let's just double check, just to be sure. Let's first get off of, let's turn these suckers off, man. Okay, thank you very much. So we are here, alright, so we go for it, left at Bravo 2. And we're good to go, man. So where are we in now then? It's not Bravo 2, it's already turning left. But that looks a little bit weird compared to the map there. Let's just try to get on from this side. Let's get the cabin crew ready as well.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for takeoff.
Cabin is secured.
Alright, let's turn on the landing lights. And these strobe lights as well. That's some filthy weather, man. So here we are. Let's quickly do the config. So it's not happy about something. So let's have a look at what that is. So parking brake is set. Do have auto thrust arms, which is good. We have flight directors on both sides. And we can arm the LNAV, but I'm not sure if that's a requirement really. The flaps should be at 18. The flaps are not down. Maybe I accidentally pressed the button and retracted them. Because I think I remember setting those. But there they go. We are on toga thrust, 94.4 percentage of N1. So what we'll do for takeoff, let's also uncage this friend here. So what we do, we'll put the power to around 50% N1, let the engine settle, and then we press this little button right here. It's like a hidden click spot. And that will set the takeoff thrust. And we'll start accelerating, we'll rotate, and then we'll climb. And I think it's around 3,000 feet in this aircraft, or in this airport. We should be at the acceleration altitude. And we'll take it from there. Let's turn on the lock. Oops. Not sure if there's anything else that might be a problem. Only APU gen, APU is off. We have the lights going on. Engine air, I don't think we need really right now. I don't think it's a problem with the packs, if the packs are on or off. We turned on the strobe lights as well. So I would think we're good to go. No, aircraft doesn't like it. So what is up with that, man? We have the flight plan in. We have IRS are white, otherwise we would not have the navigational display there. Perhaps it's the fact that the CS, can I like just disengage it like that? Altitude hold, turn that off, no. Level change. I could maybe put it to level change immediately, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's actually a problem for the airplane. But let's just try again. No, not liking it. We are trimmed and we should go to TARA. No, I'm not sure if that's actually a requirement. It would be nice if it were. We're on the yellow brake system. No, it's not liking it still. So yeah, we're squawking and we have the TCAS on as well. The flaps are in the takeoff position, 18 degrees. I know this engine is a little bit weird still, for some reason. Has slightly less percentage of N1. But then again, like this also, like this is 24.1, 24.4, 24.2, that's actually seems okay, just doesn't want to get any higher. I don't think at this side with the EFIS on, I don't think we need anything there. It's probably something really stupid and simple. Let's double check the overhead here. So the yaw dampers, they are on. Hopefully we did not break anything down there. No, okay. So the yaw dampers are on. Brake fans, auto, anti-skid, auto spoilers. We have the lift spoilers. Engine pump 2 and 3, DC, AC pumps and the power transfer unit. APU is off. Engine anti-ice is not a requirement, but let's turn it on. See, just just to check things out. Okay, I think it was really stupid. Let's not go into that. Let's turn off the anti-icing system on the engines for now. Although actually we might need them after takeoff. Well, let me just double check here. Yeah, so that's it. Well, then we're good to go, man. So we can start the timer. And thrust to 50%.
Check thrust.
And let's go. I'm liking the weather, man.
Airspeed alive. Thrust set. 80 knots. Go.
Yeah. All right.
Rotate.
Rotating.
Traffic.
Positive climb. Gear up selected.
Gear is coming up. So try to catch up with the flight director there. Right, so we're almost at 3,000 feet. Let's engage the autopilot. And we set the speed 250.
Clear of conflict.
Alright, and we engage the climb mode. Alright, so what's the situation? AP is on, IAS mode, lateral navigation 1, auto thrust climb normal. Speed is increasing, 180 knots, we're at 3,600.
Flaps 0.
Flaps are retracting. And let's turn off the runway exit lights. And we're on our way to Delta Mike 081. Speed still increasing, so that's always good. So yeah, we're climbing at around 300 feet per minute, so it's not very fast yet. In my experience, the aircraft is just going to make some more speed, and then it will climb faster, but I could be wrong. Let's check the legs page. Oh no, speed 230. And we should be there, what? 5,800 feet. So maybe it's just following, I'm not really sure. Well, actually no, it doesn't have vertical navigation, does it? We have to do this ourselves. It is now basically intending to climb all the way to flight level 220, which is fine, we're just going to let it do it. The transition altitude was 5,000 feet. So we can switch to standard barometric pressure to 992. There you go, 1013. Climbing now at 1700 feet per minute, so it's definitely increased. Holding speed at 250 knots. Nothing really to see out the window. 6,000 feet. We're still not really shooting up. Speed 250 knots, and let's check his lateral navigation. But this should be still on. Oh, this is our heading bug. Okay, and there's also a click spot here to align the heading bug, or to sync the heading bug. Should be this little screw, and this aligns with the heading that the aircraft's going. So on our way to Akko, let's zoom out a little bit on the navigational display to have a little bit of overview of what's going on. So we'll be cruising at flight level 220. We have the radio stacks, the NAV1 and NAV2 I should say, actually they are on. So we could maybe already start by looking for the ILS frequency and just put that in, and the decision height.
Traffic.
There's some more traffic here.
Descend. Descend. Descend.
So hopefully the aircraft doesn't descend on its own, it's just an oral warning. At least it looks like the system sort of works, right? I mean, you can see the other traffic right there. Engines are looking good, if you ask me. Almost at Laco, 3.9 nautical miles, so we'll make a right turn. AB on, IS mode, lateral navigation, 80 climb. Still, I think it's climbing a lot slower than I would have expected. We could, in theory, just turn on the vertical speed, but let's not mess with it. We'll get there anyway, and we should be able. What's the green? That's our top of climb. So our top of climb is coming up already there. So we're just going to keep on going. There's no hurry. Almost at 10,000 feet. Feet. Let's turn off the landing lights, and the passengers are released as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has switched off the fasten seatbelt sign. You are free to move about the cabin.
Alright, so we'll just keep on climbing here for a bit. Let's have a look at the runway that we're going to land on. That will be ILS runway 14. So we have the chart down here. And basically the information that you need, besides from eyeballing the chart as well, is the localizer frequency, 111.75. The final approach course will be 134, and the glide slope will start at 4,000 feet. And there is a minimum if you do a category 1 ILS, but we are capable, I believe, actually category 3. And that says refer to minimums, and the minimums you'll usually find on the Jeppesen type charts. You will find them down here below the picture. There will be this vertical overview, if you will. 4,000 feet is where we start, and then below that will be the what do you call that? The decision altitude. So for category 3, I'm not sure what this means. It looks like category 3 you don't actually even need them at all, unless there is. I think the R might mean. I'm not sure. Is it poor visibility? I don't know. But I think we're good with the radio altitude, decision altitude, but you could set it at 100. Let's check the airport elevation, and there is a lot of, speaking of elevation, there is a lot of terrain around the airport, so it's definitely something to be aware of, in case, things start going wrong, and you start taking a right turn, like, just to save your life. You don't want to fly to a mountain and try to save your life at the same time, you know what I mean? Alright, so transition altitude at Zurich will be 7,000 feet. So once we pass 7,000 feet, we will switch to local barometric pressure. So 111.75 and 134. So we just enter that in the nav1 radio. 111.75. And then we switch it around to activate it, and that's just sitting there chilling. 111.75. Let's put it here as well. Yeah, we can switch those over too. Now, quick check, 1175, so 134. So 134 is the final approach course. We enter that in the course box up here. That was spot on, that's lucky. So let's do it on the co-pilot side as well. 134. So we have that, and then we can set the decision altitude at 100 if you want. And there we have it, 100 DH, decision altitude for 10 minutes into the flight. We're at 14,000 feet, top of climb is coming up, and then comes MERSI, which I think is the final point of our departure route. So this is Germany tonight, as I said, real world time, real world weather. I'm not sure that we have a terrain function on the navigational display in this aircraft. I'm not really sure. Terrain display, what does this do? On, what is that like? Oh, we'll see if anything will happen. 15,000 feet. Any top of climb is coming up. So this is like a different kind of power setting, power management system, if you will. So you take off. You can take off with toga thrust, but you can also do a derated thrust, so you take off with less N1 percentage. I believe during cruise, but I just make this up myself. I use the MCT. It should stand for maximum continuous thrust. That's what I always understood, at least. So we're now in climb mode, which provides the engines with all 88.7, as you can see here, percentage of N1. Just have some sort of continuous climb thrust, I guess. At 16,900 feet, we're holding 250 knots. We can actually put that to 280. So we can speed things up a little bit. Although at MERSI it says 250, but we're not going to do that. We're above 10,000 feet, so we can easily hit 280. And then basically it turns to 0.7 max speed, of which I really actually have no clue, but we can see it right there in the lower left corner of the PFD. So AT climb normal, APIS, lateral navigation 1. So I keep on checking this. I try to make it a habit of just really checking what it says here, just so we know, because you can demand something here, but that doesn't mean that it's just displaying what it's doing, you know. So that's the best, the most accurate, reliable source of information of what's going on at this moment. So 17,100, climbing 600 feet, 700 feet per minute. Alright, so we're climbing a little bit faster again. So let's check the weather at Zurich airport. Is there a way to refresh this, or does it auto refresh, or do we just switch pages for a second? So destination Zurich 1017, 7 degrees Celsius, visibility 10 kilometers, wind 1802 knots. So it's hardly any wind there as well, so that's the good conditions. Wind is 180. And our runway is 14, so that would be like wind coming from 40 degrees to our right. Now let's have a look, a little closer look here at the final approach, because in the flight plan, if you go to the legs page, you'll see all your legs, but you will go to the next page and you will see at some point there's a plan discontinuity. So after Ameki should be Osnem, but sometimes they do not line up, because usually you will get vectored by ATC. But now the aircraft will not be vectored, we will not be vectored, so we'll have to fix this ourselves. So instead of just deleting that so that they line up, sometimes you may need to add another waypoint or whatever. Well, at least when we're not flying on ATC, you know, we can do whatever the hell we want. We can fly to Bangladesh and just land there and stay there for like 7 years, you know, keep the computer running and everything. Well, the airplane might run out of fuel, so we might have to turn off the engines, but anyway, so Ameki, that would be flight level 70, and then Osnem 4,000 feet. And if you remember from the charts, 4,000 feet, so Osnem is, there's runway 14, so this is where the glide slope starts. So after Ameki, there should be a correct lineup, but that's not always the case. Sometimes when you arrive at Ameki, you're going north, for instance, but then the point to Osnem is like going south, which would require you to make some really awkward turn. And that's something we do not like. So we're going to do something about it. And where are my controls? So we go to the plan page. And let's have a look at Ameki. Let's zoom in a little bit so we actually see what we're looking at. So there's Ameki, we're coming from Mativ to Ameki. There's the Zurich VOR, I would think. Mativ, let's see, where are we? So Osnem, I don't even see an Osnem on here, but that's what we're here for. So let's do the step button here. Then it goes to Osnem. I really do not like this navigational display. I think it's official now. It's just a little bit too small. I keep struggling with it, but we'll have to make do. It's perfectly possible, it's just a little bit awkward. Let's zoom out a little bit now. I mean, it's really hard to distinguish. So there's the Zurich VOR, I think. I definitely require some more information from here. So there's the Zurich VOR, Zurich East. So we saw that on the navigational display. And we will be landing runway 14. So that will mean here as Osnem. So Zurich, Osnem. So that might be a, if this were a straight line, that would be pretty awkward. So like Edumi could be very nice, or the Trassadingen VOR over there. Or maybe even, yeah, something like that, so you make sort of a nice circle, you know. Let's have a look at what's going on. We heard the altitude warning. That means that we are at 21,000 feet and almost at 22,000. Speed is holding steady, 280. So the aircraft will go from IS, I think, to ALT mode, so that it's holding the current altitude. You see that out hold zone. And there's the LT mode, and the aircraft is now settling down. So let's see what happens if we press the MCT button. We did this in another flight as well. And 1% shoots up. I will quickly run to the galley to get a refill of my wonderful iced tea. So I will be back within 2 shakes of a lamp still. Alright, so that was 2 shakes. Let's get back to the flight deck. So we're nicely cruising. Do we have any other actually? Well, let's keep on going. So I do want to zoom in again on the navigational display. If I cannot stand it, man, we should be able to have a proper look. Awesome. And then if we go next. Where's the thingy? It's at runway 14, so there should be runway 14. And then that's the go around procedure. So let's go previous page. And let's look at MATIF. So we go step. Taking us to MATIF. Alright. Oh, my bad. Again, okay, MOMUK. Oh, we're actually at MOMUK almost. Or MOMUK, that will be. Step. NEGRA. And MATIF. And then AMIKI. So after MATIF, there is AMIKI. And then straight to Osnem. But I don't understand why ZUE is on there. So next will be Osnem, and that goes to the runway. So yeah, I think we can probably just connect these two. So let's just try that. If it doesn't look well, then we can always fix it. So delete the route discontinuity, erase, and execute. Did it not work? Or did I erase something else then? I make it awesome. Let's try that again, shall we? Delete. I see what's going on. We need to paste Osnem onto that one. Yeah, that's something. Sometimes it works. It's like a Boeing kind of thing, I believe. Alright, so that should now hook up. Let's put her back on matte view for a bit. And see, the top of descent is coming. In about 11 miles actually, from the looks of it. So on our way to RAVED, 15 nautical miles. We should then descend to flight level 205, so let's dial that in. So we do have a little bit to go, but then we'll press vertical speed and we'll start descending. But yeah, with like when you're flying the Airbus or when you're flying the Boeing 737 that fly a lot, the navigational displays are a lot bigger and they're a lot more easy to manipulate, so that you can actually see what exactly is going on, to get some situational awareness happening. And with this, it's just a little too small, you know. It seems a little like you can never get like a total overview. Oh, what the hell is going on? Cabin high altitude. Yeah, that could be. Let's turn off that. I hope there is nothing simulated actually about this, but this system should be on auto. It is on auto, because I would have no clue how to set this. I would assume she could. No, that's the landing elevation. Let's, by the way, set the landing elevation. runway elevation 50. Let's see, airport elevation 1417. So put that at 1400, but that's not what the message was about. But as long as it's letting us do our thing, I'm good. So the top of descent, I think we sort of missed it now. So let's go vertical speed. Where is it? Vertical speed. Let's start with 2,200 feet per minute. And we go back to, let's say, 250 knots. Not sure actually what it says here, maybe we can follow that. That says you could still stay at 280. I like to take it a little bit slower because, you know, we're going to probably accelerate a little bit. Actually, speed's dropping a little bit there, so it's pretty good. So we're on our way to NEGRA. Yeah, let's just keep on decelerating here. Let's just go like 10,000 or whatever, vertical speed. Let's power back to 235 knots. On our way to Mati. So Mati, flight level 148. Yeah, I think we're quite late actually with the descent. But at this rate we might sort of make that. Speed 295, so we are definitely picking up some speed. Let's deploy some speed brake there, which is actually about to be very much required. So let's go, just go full speed brake. And that's helping a lot. That is 148. We're definitely going to nail that. That's very nice. Then up next will be Amiki. And then Osnem, and that's actually already where the glide slope starts. So things are happening quite fast. Speed brake retracted. 14,000 feet. Mativ, that's 3 miles, and then to 7,000. We should be 7,000 or above, so let's not go below, but let's do set the altitude 7,000 feet. So we just keep on descending. So we're 28 minutes into the flight. We can see now the ILS picked up. 12,000 feet. Let's turn on the landing lights. And the fasten seatbelt sign.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has switched on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts.
Now let's quickly check our approach speed. That's the VRF 120 plus 5, that's 125 knots. So passing 10,000, I'm going to extend the speed brake because we're at 295 knots. And that's about the touchdown speed of the space shuttle. So we're definitely going down here. Look at that, man. I just want to see outside. Well, it doesn't necessarily look super extreme or anything, but it's definitely going down fast. The cabin altitude warning has disappeared. The air brakes are still out, so let's retract those as well while the aircraft is trying to settle down. And what's the speed at Osnem should be 17 knots. We should be there in when? 25 nautical miles. Okay, so we do have some time to decelerate. Let's go 210. Just do a little, I don't know, step decelerate, if you can call it that. Just to try and stay ahead of things a little bit more. So 19 nautical miles. But we will have a little bit more track miles as we will be going around a little bit. Can we increase the zoom? Right, speed holding now at 211. AP's on, altitude hold at 7,000. So when can we descend to 4,000? On our way to Osnem, which you are now. Alright, very good. So let's do that immediately. 4,000 feet. And let's descend like, I don't know, 1,200 per minute. So we have 90 nautical miles left until we reach 4,000 feet. So now again, let's go to the plan page again. Well, that's gonna work out okay, I guess. I think we'll be coming from this, so we'll just take a left turn. Just have to look at Osnem. How much time is that? Osnem is right there. So yeah, it would be nice, for instance, to have Zulu Hotel 413 in there as well. And as I said earlier, maybe the Trassadingen VOR. Let's see if we can enter maybe the Zurich 413. So that should give us a new waypoint right there. So let's see if that what happens if we press execute. But the thing is, we are on our way to Osnem. Oh, I wanted before. Okay, so never mind. We're just going to delete it. We're going to carry on. That was my mistake. So delete Zurich 413, and let's also hook up runway 14 with that one and execute. So we'll stick to the original plan. Let's go to the map view then. .270 are heading, yeah, so we'll just take a left turn and land. We're 8.6 nautical miles, so that is not a lot. So let's start decelerating down. And going down to 160. Can't say that I see the airport, but these extra lines are confusing. We should be going to Osnem. I thought we were going left, but
speed checked. Flaps 80.
Alright, flaps out, which is better. Gives us a little bit more time. So this distance is going to decrease like it is now, but then it will start probably increasing again once we reach around there or something. So a little bit slow maybe. We're still 8 miles from Osnem, and then another 8 miles to the runway. So it's basically 16 miles of track, 16 track miles. So I guess 160 is a little bit slow, but it's fine. We're a small airplane. Alright, so what we'll do once...
Speed checked. Gear down.
Well, let's wait with the gear a little bit. What we'll do, we will take a left turn at some point there at Osnem, and then we should turn on the approach button. We will then align with the runway. The ILS will capture. We will go nose down. Once we're on final approach and we're on like 1,000 or 500 feet, we will disengage the autopilot and disengage the auto thrust, and then hand fly the ILS. And then I think slightly before touchdown, our good friend Mike, I shall get him an armrest. Oh, he has an armrest. Our good friend Mike will then tell us to deploy the air brake, which we will then very obediently do. We do have to check the brake is on yellow, I believe. And the lift spoilers, the auto spoilers should be armed. I think that is actually always on, unless maybe you can turn it off by doing this and then turning it off, but we don't want that. So 6.4 miles of distance between us and the ILS, and as you can see it's now going up 6.5. Holding at 4,000 feet. Which where the glide slope starts, so we should be in a good place. Looking at this, it looks like we are, let's go to local QNH. Here we go, we're actually a little bit high, we were not at 4,000 feet. So there comes the turn to the left. Let's just start by arming the approach. So it says glide slope captured, and the localizer is
Localizer alive.
is not yet captured. Alive, I guess it means that it's there, and that's localizer captured. Alright, so let's decelerate. Let's drop the gear. We're at 7 nautical miles. We don't have to drop it yet, but fine, it will create some drag as well. Our final approach speed will be 126 knots. I'm going flaps 24 degrees.
Captain, please take a 6 line.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
What are they talking about, man?
Terrain ahead.
I believe there's something you can turn off with the ground proximity warning system. Let's not do that now. Let's just hope things are gonna remain nice and quiet. It looks a little weird, this angle. As you can see, like we're coming from quite far to the right. Category 3, auto land, so this plane is actually auto land capable. Let's decelerate, because we're going way too fast here. Let's go to 126 knots.
1,000.
So already at 1,000 feet. So let's go full flaps. Let's just keep it steady like this for a little bit, and so that we get to the blue speed right there.
$500.
Okay, let's turn off the autopilot, auto thrust as well. I have my finger on the auto brake, on the air brake button. A little bit low.
Minimums.
Air brakes out.
Air brake out.
50. 40. 30.
Idle.
20.
Flare. Letter settle, please.
10.
Ground idle.
Thank you.
Spoilers, yellow and green. Brake pressure checked.
I'm applying toe brakes, and I'm not sure about the auto brake. So let's check.
60 knots.
So we'll do it like this. Okay. Well, there's some lag for a bit. Well, welcome to Zurich. So I think the brake temperature might have gone up. There you go. It was nice and blue, and now it's in the yellow. The flaps are coming up, and we can retract the speed brakes too. Let's turn off the landing lights and turn them into taxi lights. And they're starting to play the taxi music again in the back. Alright, we'll stop. Parking brake is set. So here we are, man. So now actually we can see the aircraft. That's now twin some airport lights. So let's turn off the engines.
Cabin crew, doors to manual and cross-check.
Excuse me. I don't know if you could hear, but there were some really tiny sounds going on there. That was pretty cool, man. I hadn't heard that before. Yeah, so that's the RJ85. So we already flew the RJ100 a couple of times, very poorly. This is actually the first time flying the RJ85. But again, as I said, I have no real idea of what the differences are. Is it only the size and the capacity, or, you know, sort of first glance it looks the same, but, you know, I don't have all three planes together next to each other lined up. So I'm like, to me it looks pretty much the same. But I'll look at that later. In any case, I'm really happy with the aircraft, and also happy to find that it's becoming a little bit more easy to get to know the aircraft, to land it. So yeah, that's good stuff. So we'll definitely be flying this plane more often on the channel. I hate this bitch thingy, man. Anyway, thank you very much for checking. Welcome to Zurich. Stay strong and keep your loved ones close and stay funky, man. And see you at the next video. Bye bye.